Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be sharing a copycat recipe with you guys that is inspired by a dish that they serve at Chili's, the honey chipotle chicken tenders. I know that they're really popular, so I'm sure that most people are going to know exactly what I'm talking about, but this is an at-home version of those. This actually turned out really good. I hope you guys like it too. If you guys like the video, please don't forget to give me a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, excuse my glare, ring the notifications bell as well, and let's go upstairs and let me show you guys how to make these Chipotle chicken tenders. And I'm actually also going to make a lime and cilantro ranch dressing dip to go with them as well, so let's get going. Okay, so for the Chipotle sauce, we're going to be using 1/3 cup of water, 1/4 cup of ketchup, 3/4 cup of honey, 1 chipotle pepper and 1 tablespoon of adobo sauce, 1½ pounds of chicken tenders, which is about 18 pieces, 1½ teaspoons of salt, 1 teaspoon of paprika, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1/2 teaspoon of garlic pepper, and 1/2 teaspoon of chicken bouillon, 1/2 cup of heavy cream, 1 large egg, 1 cup of all-purpose flour, 1½ cups of flour, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of paprika, 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper, and 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder. So to get started, I just have my water and ketchup in my blender, and I'm adding a teaspoon of salt. I'm gonna get 1 chipotle pepper, and a tablespoon of adobo sauce. I'm going to add in all of our honey. Make sure you get all of it out of the cup. And then you're just going to go ahead and blend this up. And I'm going to pour it into a small saucepan and just put a lid on it and cook this over medium heat, just until it reduces a little bit. For the batter, I'm going to add my egg and heavy cream, as well as 1/3 cup of water and all of my spices. And then you're just going to want to go ahead and whisk this together until it's combined. And then just dump in your flour and whisk this until all of the lumps are gone. And just go ahead and add a little bit of cracked black pepper. I really like to put this in just for the color and the little specks in the batter. And then just set that aside. I'm just going to season my chicken with some salt and pepper. And then you just want to go ahead and pat this dry, and the seasoning is not going to come off when you do this, but you want to make sure that the chicken is very dry when you go to add the batter. So for the dry coating, I'm just going to whisk all of this together. And anytime you're frying anything, you really want, and especially if you're breading it, you really want to remove as much moisture from the surface of the meat as possible, because it's going to help to stick. And if there's water in between the breading layer and the meat, it's going to steam, and it's actually going to your breading is not going to stick to the chicken properly. So I'm just going to put the chicken into the flour mixture and then dip it into our batter. Just make sure you get the excess off. And I'm just going to continue this process with all of my chicken strips. You don't want to crowd your pan too much. I'm not using a very big pan, so I'm only going to be able to do 3 chicken strips at a time. But for sure, when you get them in the pan, you want to make sure to move them around a little bit so that they don't stick to the bottom of the pan, and especially in the beginning when you're first starting to fry, because your oil is obviously hot, but it's not, it gets hotter as it goes. So And then there they are, all beautiful and done. Nice and crispy. You can hear how crunchy they are. And I'm just gonna go ahead and dip this right into our sauce. Just wanna roll it around, get it all nice and coated, or you guys can definitely serve the sauce on the side if you want to. And then for the Cilantro Ranch Dip, I'm just gonna add equal parts of sour cream and mayo. I used about a half a cup of each. And I'm going to add about a half a bunch of cilantro, 2 small garlic cloves or 1 large, and the juice from 1 lime. If you guys have never tried this fork trick, you should give it a shot. It works pretty good. It's a lot easier than pulling out a little juicer thing. Just add a little bit of pepper, a little bit of salt, blend that up, and then you're ready to go. There's your beautiful Chipotle honey chicken strips. Alright guys, so that's it. That's the recipe. That's how you make the Copycat honey chipotle chicken tenders from Chili's. And then also I made this really beautiful dip, which is just absolutely delicious. Like, you guys could eat this on anything. Honestly, once you taste it, you're going to really like it. You can also add an avocado into that and just kind of use the exact same recipe if you wanted to, and then it would become an avocado cilantro lime ranch. So that's an extra little bonus tip for you there. So I just didn't put the sauce on these ones because I just wanted to kind of show you guys the nice crispy texture that's on them without the sauce so that you could really see it. And so I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to give this a taste real quick. I don't know if you guys can hear the crunchiness, but I can definitely hear it, and it's really good. These chicken tenders are awesome. They're good just like this. So there's another bonus recipe. So now you guys have chicken tenders, honey chipotle barbecue sauce, I suppose we can call it, and then also the cilantro and ranch dip. Add an avocado to that and you have a whole another dip. So there you go. Four different ideas in one video. Doesn't get better than that, right? So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to taste the Chipotle honey dip because it looks great. Look at that. It's like that drip. Oh yeah. Okay, here you go. These are really good. And you guys, I know I don't have to even tell you how much kids love freaking chicken strips. You know, never go wrong with chicken strips. Almost every time I ask my kids what they want to eat, they say Cane's or Chick-fil-A. So it's really good to know how to make these kind of things at home. And you guys, if you don't have chicken tenders, just use chicken breast. Cut it into 4 pieces or so, and you should be really good to go with that. So, these are great. These are a big winner. These are awesome. Look how crunchy that is. That's so good. I haven't even tried the other dip yet. But luckily, I have these veggies here because I thought that they would be really good with some veggies. Look at that. I know I say this a lot if you guys watch my videos a lot, but I am a huge fan of cilantro. I absolutely love cilantro. And so this dip is like right up my alley. If you guys don't like cilantro, you could leave it out and just make kind of like a homemade ranch dip. But it's so good. It's so good. Okay, I'm going to try it with the honey chipotle and I got to find that weird thing that's in the chicken because I don't like that. That weird thingy. What's it called? A ligament? Not a fan of that. Okay, I'm going to use my fork. Make this a little bit easier here. Okay. Get my crunchy crunchy piece has fallen off the chicken now, but that's okay. We're not going to worry about that. Okay, so there it is. Oops. Okay, I'm going to dip it in the Chipotle honey sauce. And then I'm going to dip it in the Chipotle, or the cilantro and lime ranch. That's heavenly. That's amazing. You guys, that is so good. That is really, really good. And you know, we're right in the middle of this whole COVID situation right now, and so it's a really good idea to learn how to cook and to learn how to kind of, you know, make things on your own. And a lot of times I think people just get really bored with the things that they cook, and they just kind of get really repetitive and they cook the same thing like over and over again. But that is why I wanted to make this channel, just to kind of show you guys how easy it is to make things like this. You can replicate anything that you can find in a restaurant, anything that you can find really in any fast food restaurant or a regular restaurant. You guys definitely are capable of making these things. And I know a lot of people think that they aren't, but they are. And it's just practice. Practice makes perfect when it comes to cooking. So you guys can't give up, and you got to keep trying, and you got to listen to the small tips, because sometimes those small things that you might not pay attention to are actually the things that are going to make you more successful when you cook in your kitchen. So if you guys liked the video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel and ring the notifications bell. And you guys, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all have a great night and stay safe. Much love.